Good evening. Pod test again here tonight. Tis a new day. It's the 2nd of November today. And I'm going to be doing one sent to me by Judy at pepperlover.com. This is a Jamaican yellow Scotch bonnet. So I'll just peel off the label. Okay. There we go. And so I'm going to cut it open, see what's going on, and then I will do some seed removal and whew. Well, it smells almost in the range of fatales. It doesn't smell like a regular habanero. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna cut a couple of the darkened areas on the outside out. No mold on the inside, so yeah. Seed time. Alright, we're back. I cut a couple areas out. Like right near the top here and a little bit off a couple parts on each side. But it's still mostly intact. So, Jamaican yellow Scotch bonnet from Pepper Lover. Here we go. This is my first time trying the true original Scotch bonnet. So, I'm looking forward to this. It smells pretty hot and smells pretty fruity and delicious. So, here we go. Very tangy. Got a good sweetness. Definitely tastes similar to a fatale. Thin skin, really juicy. Oh, that's a really awesome pepper. Drooling a lot already. Burn in the mouth. Kicking up. It's building fairly quickly. Top of the tongue. My lips have got a good glowing happening. And feel all the way down a little bit. Top of the mouth, not so much. Just really intense on the tongue. Underneath. Up top. I was chewing it for quite a while, so it probably has something to do with it. I can feel my face warming up. A little bit of flushing happening. Now it's starting to build a little bit more comprehensively. The roof of my mouth is coming forward a little bit more now. Still get that good aftertaste. It was really thin-skinned, fairly thin walls, but with a fairly high water content. It was really juicy. I wouldn't necessarily recommend just snacking on them all the time, but if you want to build your tolerance, you can do that. But yeah, they're really delicious flavor. These would be awesome to cook with. Toss them in a stir fry or some other similar dish, such as a jambalaya maybe, or put it in a soup. Yeah, That's a really good burn. It's not too over the top. I'd probably put it, yeah, habanero, maybe a little more. Somewhere in that range, definitely. Starting to pick up a little bit more in the back of the throat and on top of the tongue, more so than the underneath. And the roof of the mouth is coming through more than under the tongue. Flavor-wise, it was very tangy, good sweetness. Not much bitterness from the capsaicin, but just a twinge. Not that was a kind of a background noise to the tanginess. It was really good tartness that just popped right out, and throat burn is starting to pick up a little bit more. Black peppery notes, almost sensation. And with the flavor, as the tang came through, that essential flavor, it was very similar to a Fatale, which I put kind of, if you were to take habanero flavor, like an orange habanero, and take the flavor of like the Jalokia or the Seven Pops, with that kind of somewhere halfway between those two, because it kind of has aspects of both those flavors. So it almost has that bubblegummy fruity but almost like a grapefruit like hint too. I'm gaining a little bit more familiarity with the really hot ones. I can understand what people mean by the citrus notes now, because it does have like a grapefruit like aftertaste. A really super juicy and fruity burst of flavor. It went right up into the nostrils, but without being perfumey. Like some of the chinense I noticed have that, like a Bikino does have a little bit more of the aromatic potpourri type notes. This one is just more fruity and effervescent up into the nasal passages than anything. And yeah, starting to die down a little bit now. It's past the peak. I think my tolerance is just going way up too, because it doesn't seem like any ones that are in this heat range are affecting me as much anymore. Same thing with the really super mild ones too, like the mid 50,000 Scoville range of like the annuums. Doesn't really do as much, but it's still there. So yeah, I'll probably last, if I were to peg an estimate, I'd say another 15 minutes and it should be pretty calm. Unless I'd go and drink some milk or something, but it's not to the point where it's like bothersome and painful. It's not like the super hots at all. Not even close. But it's a tremendous flavor. So yeah, Jamaican yellow Scotch bonnet from Pepper Lover. That was an awesome pepper. Thanks again, Judy, for sending me those. I'm going to chip my way through them slowly. Well, relatively speaking. I can only eat so many really hot or super hot ones in one day, especially if I'm working. I just got home from work 40 minutes ago maybe, and so trying to space them out enough so that I don't ravage my guts. So yes, all right. I'm gonna duck out here for a few minutes and come back and let you know what happened. Okay, so we're back about 10 minutes later from the Jamaican yellow Scotch bonnet. And yeah, it's pretty much gone at this point. There's a little tingling on the top of the tongue and on my lips. But everywhere else, it's pretty much just poof, gone at this point. So yeah, that was a phenomenal tasting pod. One of my new favorites. I'm not sure if I'm growing coming up next year. Of course, my grow list for 2014 is already overly full. I've already edited 40 choices off of it. I just tossed over 100 different varieties. I didn't know how many I had. I was just like looking through my seeds, doing my seed offer recently, and I was like, oh yeah, I've never grown these out, and toss them in a separate little Ziploc baggie for next year. And then I went through and cataloged them all on a spreadsheet and realized it was 118 or something like that. So I pared that down. So this is yet another variety that I'm really looking forward to growing, but it might not be in the next year that I get to grow them. I might squeak them in and then sacrifice another one that I was looking forward to, but whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This is definitely one I highly recommend. I know a lot of people recommend Scotch bonnets, and they're kind of swept under the rug these days because of the super hot craze, but definitely check them out. They got an astounding enough heat for most people's tastes that if you use a bit of them, you're going to know that it's hot, but they're not completely ridiculous on stomach cramping hot. So check them out. And yeah, Judy site can be found in this link down here, pepperlover.com. Really awesome site. Lots of cool varieties available in seeds and when they're in season fresh pods. So check her site out and check the Jamaican yellow Scotch bonnet out. It's an awesome pepper. See you guys later.